bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It's Tuesday edition of the Bottom Line. You've got us on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. We'll have Action Jackson's play of the day here momentarily. Clint Scott with Josh Faupel and Jackson Frazier. We get a twofer today. Double dose.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Do you have a hint on what the other one is? Clearly we know the Packers are involved in the first one.
Might be biased.
Okay.
And this was 12 years ago?
Yes.
So this has to have been, so if it was 12 years ago, this was the year the Packers won the Super Bowl. So it's probably Deshaun Jackson recovering or catching the kickoff and then basically walking backwards into touchdown to give the Packers against the Giants.
Spoiler.
That's probably it.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's the one that's biased for me is not related to the Packers. Game-wise.
Yeah, but that would have been against the Giants, I think. Okay, anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Possibly. That was a really good guess, man. Great, now we don't even need to listen to it. We get this on the chat line. Bunch of people helping out Jackson. It's his first time producing. Leave him alone.
It's my first time by myself in here. It's scary.
It's actually really good.
We get this on the chat line from Bullfighter. Hey, we replaced Mr. Second Place with Mr. Whisper in My Ear guy.
A good one.
Yeah, we talked about that with planes last time. Weird. Jerry says Chico tacos were like taquitos. Went there in 2006, day after the game we played there against UTEP.
Mm-hmm. It's a good. Well, I think I'm excited for you to try them whenever you get a chance.
I can't tell you the next time I have planned to go to El Paso.
I don't know the next time anybody does.
Yeah. Would like more records acknowledged by per game stats in a season, not games played. So if you're injured halfway through, your per game stats are still for a full season. I wouldn't mind that by any means. I think you would still have to have a minimum, because if you played one game in the season and you just went, ham in that game, and it's like, this quarterback was averaging 500 yards. I only played week one.
I have an example of that, actually. And Matt Flynn, game 16, threw for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns.
You're such a Packers fan. Matt,
yes, I am.
You're the only one who could have, even as a good stat, could have pulled a Matt freaking Flynn stat.
Oh, man. But that would be hilarious to see his name against Drew Brees, who frequently throws for 5,000 yards a season.
Who had a better average that season, though?
Right.
It's like the Jeff Saturday clip whenever he won his first game. He's won 100% of the games he's coached. You can't use that when he's only coached one game.
Oh, well, here's a stat for you. You're 100% annoying.
Or it's
I'm going to hit you with 100% of my car after the show.
Good one, Tony.
You win week one. It's like, we're undefeated.
We have 1,000% winning percentage. 1,000% winning percentage is the exact way to say that, by the way. But if it was average per game, at least being acknowledged, maybe in a separate little record, I wouldn't be against that at all.
Yeah, I think most stats also do have a game minimum, like a 20 games started, 8 games started, 20 passes thrown. Most quarterback records, I think, are 20 passes minimum.
Would that be your number? Because I guess for this one, I think that for me it would be 9 if you were to do that, because
9 games.
Yes, because that is 1 over now half. Because obviously you can't do right at half at 17.
Yeah.
I think 9, and I wouldn't be against 10, just to give it still a good percentage of the season, and it wasn't just on a dude who was going on even a 6-game kind of hot streak, something like that.
I think that'd be good, because even at that point, if a quarterback is injured for that long or any skill position, the backup at that point probably deserves the recognition of whatever they accomplish,
This from Lindale Jeff. That's an excellent point. The only reason these quarterbacks play so long is because it's illegal to hit them.
That's fair.
Yeah. Some of the personal fouls on defensive linemen. It's hard to watch. Now, I don't think it's been quite as bad because it was last year or maybe a couple of years ago when it was like every single week you were seeing just flag after flag. Had some pretty great videos making fun of it, of what to do with a quarterback, and it's like tucking them into bed and then you still get a flag, things like that. But it's still, at times this year, I can think of like 4 big ones off the top of my head, which I still think that number's gone down. But I mean, that's true though. It's a big reason, certainly a big help. Can't hurt as far as why quarterbacks are just playing lengthy careers. But the difference though is that Tom Brady has been in really 3 different eras of football at this point and played in that tough era.
Yep.
And has still, kind of grinded it out. Now, if you look at like a guy that maybe comes in, like if Kirk Cousins plays forever, that's kind of where I start to look at that kind of age of quarterback that's been in the league enough to be like, okay, you know who that is. He's been around for a little bit already, but still has, I would guess, plenty of gas in the tank, plenty of years on the arm.
Can you imagine Jimmy Garoppolo playing in the 80s and 90s? I don't think he'd survive.
You're really out to get Jimmy G today, man.
Well,
are you okay? You and Jimmy G have a fight at one point?
Yeah,
did he do something to the
He
Packers?
stole my eggnog from the... Oh, he's done plenty to the Packers. Oh, man.
I know.
That was on purpose.
Yeah, a little bit. If you missed Wilma's question earlier, he asked, is Justin Jefferson going to hit 2,000 receiving yards this season with about 350 yards to go in 3 games? And that's what we both said yes to. All right. Time for Action Jackson's double play of the day. Woo.
So in all likelihood, Deshaun Jackson's going to at least get a return. Jackson, who has averaged 14th best in the NFL, 8.7 yards per return, has not returned one for a touchdown this year. Waits. And it's a line drive kick. Jackson bobbles it and now has to try and recover. Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding? Deshaun Jackson still not in and now in for the touchdown. No flags. Unbelievable. No time left. Eagles win.
Shockingly down by Tennessee. Shockingly means you have no Rodgers. You're coming off a loss to Detroit. New England's the hottest team in the league. They never lose at home, seemingly. Then it's 17-7. Bouncing ball fielded to the 25.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, look at this. This is Dan Connolly, the right guard. The right guard. Still going to the 4-yard line.
That's unbelievable.
Hey, Dan, what's your career highlight?
Boo to the Deshaun Jackson one. All in for Dan Connolly.
I'll never forget that offense. That gave me hope as an offensive lineman watching that Patriots like backup guard return that kick like 60-something yards.
Oh, man.
Does that make you... Were you on like special teams as a player?
In Pee Wee, I got to do kickoff for a season, and I got to return. I got one return for like 10 yards, but other than that, I did field goal block and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, did that play like ask you like, hey, can I be on kickoff return coach? I think I'd be really good at it. Like, you're just trying to steal the ball, aren't you? Absolutely, that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm just like shoulder checking the returner out of the way.
The return man's looking, and Jackson is standing right beside him. He's like, I don't know, coach told me to stand here, and the coach is just screaming, Jackson, scoot up! You got like 20 yards. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure he's saying to stay right here. Actually, I think he wants you. Yeah, I think he wants you to go 20 yards up, man. I'll be back here.
He wants you to set the block.
I'll sit back here. You set the wall, man. Oh, man. We get this on the chat line. Not sold on Goff. Why? He's one of the primary reasons they are winning.
He's also been on like 3 or 4 teams for a reason. 2 teams?
2.
Oh, all right.
Rams and Lions.
Okay. So
but,
I lied.
And with Jared Goff, so he's got such an interesting career. They make Super Bowl. And in that year, I mean, it's not like the offense was struggling. Now, it certainly did in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. But, I mean, if you'll remember back, that's the year that is one of the most legendary Monday Night Football games of all time
against
where
Patrick Mahomes.
neither the Rams nor the Chiefs could stop each other. Like, that offense was rolling,
That was awesome.
but it wasn't rolling quite enough for McVay. Now, ultimately, if he doesn't get the Super Bowl, it's still, to me, kind of like, well, what was the move here? But obviously he gets the move, or he gets the Super Bowl and gets kind of the tip of the cap that it worked. Jared Goff certainly got the short end of the stick, but hey, I love a guy with a chip on his shoulder, and he's played like that this year. Now, they didn't necessarily do that through the first 6 games, but they certainly are now. You've got the bottom line on 100.7 The Score, 107thescore.com. Keep hitting us up on the 8th Flooring Center chat line. When we come back, it is a Tuesday edition of Kaylee's Dailies. Josh, bring in the animal facts.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
We got the bottom line at 100.7 The Score, 107thescore.com. It is a Viking Low Crouton J6 Mafia edition here on 100.7 The Score. You can hit us up on the 8th Flooring Center chat line. Thoughts, comments, reactions, all of that, welcome there. Don't forget, you can take us anywhere with the mobile app, brought to you by Happy State Bank, going all the way up to 3 o'clock today. We pick games on Friday, as we always do, for blind projections. Headed into this week, Jackson had a win, I had a win. Just the 2 weeks that we've done basketball, Jackson has still just been parading his trophy around. He actually bought a trumpet so he can go champions here when he walks into different rooms in the station.
Seems legit to me.
It's really strange when it happens in the restroom, though. It's like, this is weird. Maybe not here.
Quit tooting your own horn in the restroom.
That's good. Well done. It was a royal flush of a joke, Jamie. Jamie's still looking for his first win from football and basketball. Ever
is the word you're looking for.
Ever? How do you feel you did this week?
And by looking for, what do you mean?
You've been hunting it out. You've been lifting up rocks under logs. You've been climbing to the tops of trees just to see the letter W somewhere.
You've heard the term "no stone unturned." Does not apply. Many stones unturned. Not a single stone turned over.
So really, it's been more of you've been doing the blind kind of thing of hunting, just waiting for them to come to you.
Yes.
You've been.
Exactly.
What does a victory call sound like when you're calling in a win? Like a.
That's exactly what it is right there.
You get some like win antlers. You get two W's together and rattle them around.
Sounds like a molested goose.
Again, how do you know what that sounds like? I don't know what that sounds like.
Because I've heard you do it a couple times.
Oh, Jamie, how do you feel like you did this week?
Not very good.
Feel like you found the W?
Which sport were we picking this week?
Basketball.
Pickleball. Yeah.
Javier Juventus, #1 pickleball player in the world.
Sweet.
Yeah. He didn't win this week. Don't look that up. We started out with the ranked game, Alabama at Gonzaga, 4 versus 15. The law firm of J&J took the Zags. I took the Crimson Tide. The Crimson Tide Island did not pay off. The Zags win 100-90, 10-point victory there. Jackson and Jamie with a point. I was on another island.
No shutout.
No shutout for Jamie. I was on Cavalier Island. I picked Virginia to win at home against Houston. Law firm of J&J did not. They took the Cougs. Cougs won 69-61. 2 points for both of you guys. I'm so happy for you.
How many for you?
None for me. Yeah, just reconfirming that. The third of 5 ranked matchups we picked from Saturday, UCLA at Kentucky. You guys took the Wildcats. I finally get on the board, taking the Bruins. They won 63-53. It is a 2-1 lead, favor you guys. Next game we picked, Tennessee at Arizona. Jamie took Arizona. Jackson and I took Tennessee. The Wildcats won at home 75-70. It's now 3-2-1. Jamie, Jackson, me.
Blast off.
UNC at Ohio State. Jamie and I thought the Buckeyes would get it done at home. North Carolina is who Jackson picked. He was correct. Tied back up, Jamie and Jackson with 3. I'm still sitting down there with a point. No one paid attention to me. It's fine. Indiana went to Kansas, the first of the Big 12 games we picked. Jamie and I took our beloved Jayhawks.
Whoa.
Jackson.
Whoa.
Go back to the tape. I think that's what he said.
Let's not be throwing out accusations. Got a reputation to uphold.
I agree, Jamie. Let's stop doing that. Accusations. Jackson took the Hoosiers. KU dismantled the Hoosiers. It was a really good Saturday. 84-62. Jamie up 4-3-2. We took Central Arkansas at Oklahoma. Well, we didn't take Central Arkansas. We all took Oklahoma. Yeah, good call. 87-66. 5-4-3. The next game we picked, Nebraska at Kansas State. We all took Kansas State. Wildcats win. It's now 6-5-4. Home stretch, Jamie. Home stretch. Can we catch you? Oklahoma State at Wichita State. We all took the Shockers. None of us picked up a point here. Oklahoma State won 59-49 there on the road.
That was a big surprise.
I was surprised too.
Yeah, it's a nice win for them.
Yeah. Happy for them. Only one game left to pick. Jackson State versus Texas Tech. We all took Texas Tech. Jamie gets his first win. He goes 7-3 on the week. Jackson in second, 6-4. I went 5-5, but whatever. If you're looking at overall records, we each have 1 win now and 2 losses. And guess what? Overall pick record, we're all 22-8 now. We're just brethren. We're brethren of the 22 picks. Come on, guys. Let's kumbaya it up. Hands in.
I'm so in line with my afternoon friends.
I like that. Your afternoon friends.
You like that?
Yeah.
You know, you like have work friends or school friends or church friends or you're my afternoon friends.
What would you do if we just switched one day and we just showed up at 6? Just throw you off completely? Would that throw off your day?
I might not even notice. I'm usually half asleep then.
I would be too. Jamie, you pick up your first blind projections win. How does it feel?
Good.
What do you think was the key to your success in the matchup?
Picking good winners.
And finally, what can this do in your season as you move on from a big win like this?
I'm only here so I don't get fined.
Well done. Sorry, I don't have a little trophy for you yet.
It's hurtful.
Jackson would say you got to earn that, right?
I'll just take his.
It takes more than 1 win to get a trophy like that.
Yeah. You come see me when you don't have a buzzer hanging in your face, okay?
Yeah, what's up with that, man? Looks like you're about to play some Quiz Bowl. Yeah, tape it up there. That's not the one we should be worried about. There's like a full-size speaker just hanging from the ceiling tiles back there. Yes. Fell back down. We get this on the H Flowing Center chat line from Tyler. Best show. Mark says you don't have the best show over. Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Tyler and Mark.
Yeah. You guys rock. This from Bobby Hot Dogs. Clint, I was running errands on Saturday and heard you on Thetford and Ashby. Did your plan to swindle them out of some free golf coupons work as planned? I wasn't on. I don't know who you heard.
It might have been me.
Did they get you confused with me?
That's probably what it was.
Did they call you Clint and you just never corrected them?
You guys sound the same.
They could be calling me Clint this whole time and I wouldn't have realized. I'm like half asleep the whole show.
There may or may not be an 806 area basketball coach who still thinks my name is Chris and whatever.
Chris.
Yeah. Chris
I've been
Scott.
called worse.
Like what? FCC friendly?
Well, just the other day at a drive-thru, it was funny because I said, I would like a $20 gift card. And he said, all right, a $1 gift card. Anything else for you? I said $20 gift card. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Yeah, I'll have that right the first window.
Man, you thought the catch-up blow-up was bad? A $20 gift card like I asked. And I'm not a ma'am, I'm a man.
I actually used to get it on the phone a lot, so it doesn't bother me. All good in the hood. Usually I give him an excuse, though, because my name is Jamie. The guy at the drive-through window didn't ask my name.
Wait a second, you don't know my name. What are you talking about? Here's your $1 gift card. Get out of here.
$1
Who gets
gift
a
card?
$1
That's what I'm
gift card?
saying. Man, the guy had to have been thinking, this is the cheapest guy ever. Worst Christmas gift ever.
What if? How annoyed would you be? Because what would you say, like a good $20 feels like a really good number for a gift card.
Depends where it is.
Yeah, depends on where it is. If I gave you $21 gift cards, would you be annoyed?
That's got Clint Scott written all
Oh man,
over it.
what a prank! That'd be great because you're not gonna not use them, but then you have to be the person like, I think this has $1 on it. And they give it back. All right, you still owe $7. All right, oh, this one has $1 on it. Okay, well now you still owe $6. Well, guess what? This one still has $1 on it. Now you've annoyed the person you've given the gift to, and the person who's being the cashier.
You would totally do this.
Oh, stocking stuffer, Jamie! You have given me an idea. It's going to be such a good Christmas. Got to someone.
Watch out, choice.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
That music means it's time for the fastest growing game show in the world, Take versus Take. Man, haven't got to play in a while. You guys feeling rusty? Or was it like, controlled minutes, like you needed your rest?
After blind projections, I don't feel like I'll ever lose at anything ever again the rest of my life.
This full rat tail speaking at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Pinocchio's nose when he lies. Jamie's rat tail grows as he wins.
I'm success drunk right now.
Yes, you should be. Yeah, Jackson, how do you feel? I mean, I don't have to compete today. I have the questions.
I'm nervous now.
He's in your head.
Yeah.
Staring you down. Yeah, it's like fighting a small black bear, right? Or whatever you pick to beat up.
More people on the chat line were upset that I said kangaroo than...
Yeah, that seems more dangerous, I'll be honest. You should have stuck with the bear.
Sure.
I'm not fighting any of them. I'm becoming friends with them.
Oh, you're adding them to the army.
Yeah.
The Crouton crew now has Jackson and Clint and a grizzly.
Talking them into being an ally.
And also apparently just an army of crickets for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
All right, today, surprise, is pretty Christmas heavy. It's almost that time. You been jamming out to some Christmas music?
On occasion.
Yeah. Jackson?
A little bit of the Eagles Christmas album.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah. Was it just the offensive lineman, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good actually.
Beat me with a bat.
Listen to Jason Kelsey sing I'll Be Home for Christmas. All right, Jamie, you're up first. It's going to be very vague, so it's whatever you want to pick. This is across all Texas Tech athletics. If you had one Christmas wish, only one specific thing, it can be a championship, roster, moment, coach, whatever. One specific thing across Texas Tech athletics, what would you use your Christmas wish on?
Well, I mean, I think you're doing it wrong if you don't just give somebody a championship, right? If I can just give somebody a championship.
That can be your Christmas wish.
Well, Merry Christmas, Tim Tadlock. Let's go.
Oh, Tim Tadlock, how lovely are your championship rings. Jackson?
Yeah, if championship's an option, then I have to go national championship for football.
Give him the point. It's the right answer.
Yeah, it is the right answer.
It just would mean so much more for the entire school and all of the above. But I'm going to stick to my guns and stick with the baseball team.
I knew you would. You're a stick to your guns guy.
Yeah.
Jackson does go up with his guns though, 1-0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, next question. I'll give you an example of what I mean. The question is, what is the best part of this time of year that doesn't technically have anything to do with Christmas? And mine is tamale season. Like, it just always happens to be around this year. Love tamales. Anybody ever wants to bring me free tamales? I won't be picky. If you go pork, though, that's my favorite, or green chili cheese. But those are in abundance this time of year. But it's not like Merry Christmas. Don't forget to hang the tamale on the Christmas tree. Jackson, you're up first.
I don't think this is going to get me the point, but I do really like this. I like that it gets darker a little bit earlier. It's just because I also associate it with this time of year and late football season and Christmas, but I do appreciate when it's a little bit darker and it's not like the day's over yet just because it's dark outside.
Jamie, can you top that?
Bowl games.
Point Jamie. Oh, man, you could have went with anything. Like, people just happen to be nicer around this time of year. People are more generous. Forget that. Bowl games, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're playing in one. Yeah. Yeah, Jackson, I'm so anti-dark early.
Yeah, me too.
So,
Most people
Me
are,
too.
but I do like it.
Why do you like it?
yeah.
I really do think it because I associate it with this time of the year. I think that's 100% of it.
So it's like nostalgia?
Kind of. I don't know. It's just, I mean, it was during this time of year when I was playing football, it was dark when practice was over, but that doesn't mean the day was over. It's just like, it just makes me think of football time. It's my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, Jamie still gets the
Yeah, I
point.
think about
Yeah.
late evenings, with the sun still out and still able to do stuff. And
Gathering
Yeah.
firewood still where you can see to light up your s'mores.
yes, exactly.
All of that.
I can see the black mambas coming
Oh, yeah.
when I'm out in the woods.
I mean,
right?
that's what I have no chance against the night mambas, but in the daytime, things going down. All right, for all of the marbles, I do actually have marbles in my backpack for the winter. Jamie, I'm thinking. I meant to grab a coin. I'm thinking of heads or tails. Heads or tails.
Heads.
All right, Jamie gets to go first. You get 3 Christmas songs. You'll go back and forth. Best list wins. Obviously, when a song is picked, it's off the board. Jamie has the first overall pick for Christmas songs. 3 rounds.
So This Is Christmas by Julian Lennon.
Okay. Jackson? Are you Googling Christmas songs right
No,
now?
I'm trying to think.
As you frantically typed and looked at the computer.
I
I always look up to the right and pretend to type when I think.
I was also on the chat. Is it Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer?
Okay.
Yeah. Can it be holiday song?
Sure.
The Hanukkah song by Adam Sandler.
Okay. Jackson?
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Okay. Jamie with his last pick.
Rudolph.
Classic. Yeah. Jackson's final pick.
Especially when they say, like a light bulb.
I don't even. What's the name of the Mariah Carey song that? Just
Okay,
gets
Jamie
overplayed?
wins. Jamie wins. Jamie wins. Jamie wins take versus take.
All I
I
Want for
actually
Christmas.
strip a point away from Jackson and give it to Tim Tadlock and the baseball team. Jamie just won 7-0 over Jackson for that nonsense.
Run ruled him.
Yeah. Book rule doubled him. I just wanted to see that face. Oh, man, Jamie's on a roll today. Jamie is on fire
He might as well be butter.
like a light bulb.
You like that part?
I did. I want to hear the entire song where Jamie is just the echo voice.
Okay.
Like Monopoly. We get this on the chat line. Jayhawk lovers would be goose molesters. Makes sense now. How did we get here, man? How did we get here? I mean,
That's awesome.
Shelly said, Jamie just went beast mode early in the show. Take versus take is going to be fun. I had fun during take versus take. You had fun? I mean, you won.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Had by all.
That rat tail has now extended by 1.5 feet.
Yes. It's like Pinocchio.
Yep. Jackson, how do you feel losing twice today? I just had to lose once.
Rough.
Yeah.
I'm ready for tomorrow. New day, new chance.
It's going to go.
You hear that a lot of people, there are a lot of people that get really depressed this time of year.
Christmas blues. Elvis Presley.
I was losing to take versus take and and blind projections on the same day. That's why they get so depressed.
Yeah, and having the Christmas wish of having slightly smaller ears doesn't come true. I mean, all of it, the trifecta of
Well, and
sadness.
people just assume that you're relatives with all of Santa's helpers.
Yeah, and your ears just got ran over by a bulldozer on top of it. Just extended like a cartoon. That is a brutal start to conference play.
Yes.
It is. Mm-hmm. Hey, how about this? Killing a snake is tricky. I was in the middle of nowhere and got out of my pickup to go into the weeds to squat and pee. Rattlesnake slithering towards me, so I grabbed my pistol out of the truck, shaking like Barney Fife. It took 6 shots. Maybe I peed my pants a little too. LOL. That sounds stressful. Wouldn't think of a rattlesnake as slithering towards you unless they didn't see you. Maybe you should have given them some of their own medicine and just started like rattling yourself.
I don't know. My little battle royale with that rattlesnake at Big Bend. I got back to my car and I couldn't catch my breath for like 15 minutes. It was only like 30 yards from my car.
Nope. Going back home. Oh, man. We've had that happen like bird hunting back in Kansas. Every once in a while, take a step and you just hear. And that was not what a rattlesnake sounds like, obviously. That rattlesnake has water in its tail or something. Give me your bottle of Mountain Dew for a second.
No.
100.7 the score.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
You got the bottom line on 100.7 The Score, 107thescore.com. Clint Scott with a red hot little crouton
He's on fire.
like butter because he's on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Frazier is not. Jackson Frazier is much like the Colts in the second half against the Vikings. Almost non-existent. You can hit us up on the H Flooring Center chat line. Thoughts, comments, reactions.
What's the different or the opposite of being on a roll?
Just being like a block. I don't know, like you're just a cinder block. One of those half broken ones, and you're like, hey, cinder block, how did you get here? Why are you here? Why are you by this dumpster?
Why does it not surprise me that Clint talks to cinder blocks?
Okay, everyone looks at you crazy until the one time the cinder block actually talks back, and you're like, see, I told you. That's why I smoke the doobies over here by the dumpster for the cinder blocks.
Yes.
Not getting Jamie his ketchup, though. We got this from Steven earlier. Roos don't box. They grab you and gouge your guts out zombie style. So, there you go, Jackson.
Not with his quick feet.
Big Huey said, kangaroos will F you up, bro.
Bet they will.
I was thinking I was going to get all these when I said the bear, but no one really said anything. And then I switched to kangaroo, and everyone was just... Maybe the bear was the right choice.
Notice nobody doubts my ability to take down a cricket.
I never said that. Kind of, how many crickets? Just one? I'd probably give the edge if there was 2 crickets. What are you going to do? Step on them both? Yeah, right. I don't think so. how many crickets is too many crickets in a fight? Like, what's the numbers? Is it like, because it would have to be over 500, I would think.
In a fight?
Yeah.
I mean, I still think you could take down 500 crickets.
I do, but I think that's where the number starts.
I mean, crickets aren't going to attack you and make you. How would a cricket kill you?
Well, if there was multiple, they'd make you choke.
I mean, I guess if you were like dunked into a pool of crickets where you couldn't climb your way out and you could suffocate, I guess.
Pool of crickets, weed string.
What would there need to be more of? Crickets to take down a person or chickens to take down an elephant?
What? I mean,
we've done a really good job of staying away from is the hot dog a sandwich question since Jamie got mad at us.
What petricides do you two drink before the show every day
What's a petricide?
to make your mind come up with this?
It's a petricide.
Isn't that the stuff? What's the word I'm looking? Pesticide. That's right. Pesticide.
I've been taking just gallons of petricide. It's actually what's super.
Yeah.
Oh man.
To make you come up with these questions.
I think it would be more crickets to answer the question. Yeah, I think it would take less chickens because chickens have large talons and
Large what?
talons.
Talons.
Chickens have large talons. Hey, okay, well, if you don't like our questions, Jamie, do you have a question for us?
Maybe.
Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score is presented by Bizarre Solutions. Call them today for a free cybersecurity audit.
All right, here's my question for you today. Red Raider football.
Mm-hmm.
What player from this year's team that will be back do you expect to have a much bigger role, be a much bigger factor next year?
Who's the kid behind Trey Wolf? Already forgot his name. No, I think the default answer is Baron Morton, and you're hoping that he's healthy all year. I think he'll, regardless of whatever happens after the bowl game, I think he will be your starter next year. I'm with you. I don't think that Tyler Shuck will be a Red Raider next year, whether that be feeling out for the draft, which I think is more likely than entering the transfer portal, but maybe even that. And so I think by default, I think it'll be Baron Morton. And if it is, you certainly hope, you have finally a healthy season at quarterback. That's where I would start.
Okay, Jackson?
I'm going to go with Cameron Valdez. I think Taj is going to be the guy. He's going to be the main guy, I think, next year. But I think Cameron's going to step in and become an important piece of each game offense. I don't think he's going to be the number one back taking every single carry, but we saw him be able to get some big chunks with not too many carries this season. And so I think he'll just get a bigger role in a more game-by-game role next year.
Jackson stole my answer. And I just got a text, and he requested that you call him by his correct name, Exxon. Okay? I think Valdez is going to be, just what we saw this past year, it looks like, he's just got something to him. There's a quick step there. He's a home run hitter. I think that he takes over for Sir Roderick Thompson and just literally runs with it. I think he's going to be a big play guy for you. Interested to see what he can do out of the backfield catching the football. Because he's shown you, just basic running plays. He can be good, but he just looks like an explosive player, and I think he's going to fit this offense really well.
So we all went offense. If we took a defensive guy, where would you go?
I didn't know we had Clint's question of the day.
Yeah. Also brought to you by even more bizarre solutions. I'll go ahead and give you mine. I think it's a data ray.
That's a good answer.
He had some really big moments and stepped up there late in the season as you needed him to.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, all he showed you is capability and flashes. And I think seeing how high immediately it feels like his ceiling could be, you know he's going to keep his. I mean, he's going to keep finding his way on the field, and he's going to have an even bigger role next season. He would be my number one pick defensively.
Okay, I think I'm going to go with Tyler Owens, who played a much bigger role towards the end of the season than he did early on in the season, and really liked what we saw from him at the end of the year.
Yeah. Jackson?
It's really hard to not go with your pick, Clint. I think he's going to step in and be huge. And I mean, it looks like there's so many guys coming back that were all big pieces. I think that's one guy that's going to have like a way bigger role than he did last year, when it seems like a lot of these guys are coming back. And so, yeah, I think
Dimitri Moore coming back. He missed a few games this year.
Yeah.
Because
For some reason, I thought he was a super senior.
You might be right.
You did see Rashad Williams is coming back. That's another one of just the numerous.
But he had a big
guys.
factor he was a big factor this year, I felt like.
Oh yeah, no, and I was just going along with the if you hadn't heard,
okay,
he's taken up his super senior year option, and boy, the experience you've brought back, one in the interior defensive line already, and now in the secondary. I mean, I think the number was 7 right now of the starters defensively this year will be back. It's huge, massive, and
I don't think Dimitri will be back next year.
No, okay.
Yeah. But should be incredibly excited about the defense next year. Seen a couple transfer portals come in, one from San Diego State, and got one yesterday or today from Louisiana Monroe on the defensive line. Man, it's recruiting in all facets are rolling right now. And I know it's not going to go into a class, but now as you slowly run out of the super senior year kind of guys that can come back and asking, oh, this guy going to come back or not. As of right now, until that's gone, I do count that in my mind as part of recruiting, because you got another kid to stay here for 5 years when, depending on, they're not going to hold guys hostage. I think that they've been incredibly open with like Sir Roderick Thompson as he makes his decision if he should go, and they're going to be supportive and stuff like that. But I mean, I think they have re-recruited these guys for another year, and you can tell that they want to be a part of it. You've got the bottom line, 100.7 The Score, 107thescore.com. Hour number 3 when we come back.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is once again time to play No Diggity, a Tuesday edition. Clint Scott with Jamie, Lent, and Jackson Frazier. It's that time of day where I throw out a situation to them, and you, our fine listening audience, and with their digitometers, they tell us just how much diggity said situation has. You can hit us up on the 8th Floor Center chat line, thoughts and comments. Or you can even call us on the Benchmark hotline, 806-771-0973. If you have a red-hot digitometer reading that we need to know about, and it's urgent. Get Jackson Frazier on the phone. He needs to know this. We all know Jamie's love of breaking records and how impressive they can be, right? How truly unbeatable something like 6 people jumping.
Oh, I thought you meant just like taking records and throwing them against a wall or whatever.
Yes.
Have you ever had a moment where you got to like be destructive to something? I was at a junkyard with my friend once, and we were, I don't know, probably like 8 or 9, and we found a television.
Oh, sweet.
And we were like, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. But again, 8 or 9. So this is Jamie in like 1983.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so we're like, oh man, so it's not like some flat screen. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to bust this thing up, and we get cinder blocks, Shockingly, none of them talk to us. Okay? And we're just going to throw them through this television. I mean, and we start chucking them at this thing. It's like chip, chip, chip. We couldn't throw it through. It was the most disappointing thing ever. It was so sad. But I remember us thinking we had just hit the mother lode. It was like we found the pot of gold. We are going to bust this TV up so... And we couldn't do it.
I would still think that now as a 30-year-old. Like, that sounds so fun.
Yeah, to throw something through a TV. I mean, you always see it on TV.
Yeah.
But, yeah, couldn't do it.
Do you ever get, like, the small town Kansas homecoming thing? I think it's...
I've never had one of those, no.
Oh, well, you should try it. Are the homecomings angrier in New York? Are they just rude up there? No, and I don't think it's just...
What are you doing
town.
back here?
Have
you get out of the pen?
Man, Jamie looks jacked. Did you just get back from prison?
What's with the teardrop tattoo?
Why is this rat tail reaching his ankles? More like a rat whip at that point. But it's you get the old car that you like get to beat up with a bat, like this what like the seniors did. We got to do that. That was super fun.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I've never done that. What have you destructed, Jackson?
I did. I've done a car, but it wasn't like through the school or anything.
But it was just driving badly.
I had
as a teenager.
We had
somebody ran over his ice cream cake, and he's like, "Oh, that's the last time."
Me and one of my buddies, we did like tree trimming and stuff, and one of the guys that worked there had this like old beat up van, and that dude ended up going to jail. And so our boss was like, he doesn't need that anymore. Like, go take it to the dump. His boss,
van?
Yeah, because the boss bought it for him, and so we were like, okay. But instead, we just took it out to a big empty field and just like threw rebar through the windshields and just destroyed it completely.
And then took it to the junkyard or just left it
We
there?
just left it there.
Nice.
They're watching their workmate get taken away. Like, next time we see him, he's going to be at a homecoming in New York.
Yeah. I've always been jealous of the home demo folks that you see on television shows, you know, fix it or flip it or do something to it and sell it again. I don't know. Because, man, I want to take down some walls. That looks like fun.
Yeah, if I could be on the extreme, which I guess is probably not around, if I could be on the one that was the extreme home makeover, I would show up for the destruction part where you could just bang into the wall, and then I would leave for the actual renovation part, and I would come back just to say, move that bus, and then I'd be out of there.
Okay.
I'd want to do the one with the Vanilla Ice. He has his own like house flipping TV show now.
Sweet.
Nice. Seems like I've got like a few friends that are in that business, and it's like so many people are doing that now. Should we have the bottom line flip this house? I'd be really good at finding garbage houses for cheap, not so much on the actual fixing part.
Yeah. No.
All right, you guys get in there. I found it. You fix it. Jamie, there's been a list from UPI.com of the weirdest world records broken in 2022.
Okay.
In no particular order, here's the top 10 with your digitometer. I want you to tell me if you think you could break it. Obviously, you too, Jackson. We'll start out with most soda cans suction to a person's head. A bald guy in Wisconsin did 10 at once. He claims he has a weird skin condition where his pores suck in oxygen. You think you could get some... I guess it would be 11 to break it. Can suction to your head?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do such a thing.
Full diggity. Yeah, me neither. How about most eggs balanced on the back of your hand? A guy in Iraq balanced 18 eggs. So I'm assuming stacked up all on top of each other.
Man, it takes all types, doesn't it? No, I don't think I could beat that record.
I don't think I could balance 2 eggs, much less 19.
I would have trouble with one. I would just be sitting there just like I'm scratching a record as a DJ. Just trying to keep it balanced.
Wiggity, wiggity.
Yeah. This is a great one. I want to try this one because I know that I can break this one. The fastest time to find and alphabetize all 26 letters in a can of alphabet soup. A guy in Oregon did this in 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
Isn't it kind of luck of the draw?
Oh, is that not? Do you not get all of them?
Well, I mean, just you might get. Surely you get
Like if you just
some bowls that had like 15 A's, but only
A.
3
The
L's.
Fonz is in my can of alphabet soup. Get out of here. Monday, Tuesday, you've ruined my soup.
I mean, surely it's not equal the amount.
I can't tell you the last time I've opened alphabet soup.
I don't think I ever have had alphabet soup in my life.
I'm
fearful it has petricides in it.
What's the petricide percentage in this soup? I can't see it on your label. I want to know, like, if the total time is involving me opening opening up a can of whoop alphabet soup, or if it can already be open so I know all the letters are going to be there. So if I know all the letters are going to be there, I can do this in my sleep. You're looking at 35 seconds top.
35 seconds to get him in order? What do you mean by get him in order?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah,
H,
no,
I, J.
I know, but I
like-
mean, like, do you take them out of one bowl and put them in another bowl? Do you take them out and put them on the counter? What are we doing?
I would think you'd put them out of the bowl onto the counter and put out the alphabet.
In 35 seconds.
I think I could do it in 35 seconds.
Jackson?
The can's already open.
Yeah, and you know you have all the letters in there. You just got to find them.
It would still take like a minute if you have to go through the sauce. Are you filtering out the
Sauce.
sauce and then you just have the noodle letters?
Yeah. Depends on how much sauce you've had, yes. There's no way you're doing that in 35 seconds.
I think if
This guy's a world record holder, Clint. He's worked at this.
Okay, who else?
You've never even tried before.
Well, what I'm saying is I think this was his
it's so
first
Kansas
try.
of you to just say, world record holder, I could beat you.
You did the thing with the trampolines. I don't want to hear it. That's kind of the same thing. What I'm guessing is this guy did what I've always wanted to do. He just kept on looking in the world record book and finally saw something that no one had done before. And he's like, it doesn't matter what time I get. I bet he would tell you, now that I've done it, I can practice and I can do this even faster. Maybe on the first time I'm not getting 35 seconds, but by the 5th time, I'm getting 35 seconds. And then I'm going to sing the alphabet to you, which will take longer than it would have taken to put it on the table. So can you beat 2 minutes and 9 seconds though? That's the question.
2 minutes and 9 seconds is the record?
That's the record. Yeah, that's it.
And you think you can do it in 35 seconds?
Yes. Not the first time. I think I could whittle it down to 35 seconds.
No, I don't think I can beat it.
But you were on fire today. It's Jamie Day. Jim Jam Day.
Jim Jam. Doobie Dumpster Day.
I could go under 2, I think, but I'm not going 35 seconds.
You guys are making me feel like 35 seconds is too ambitious, and I won't have it.
Jackson, I mean, just bring a can tomorrow. And a can opener, too.
Yeah, that might make it a little more difficult. They never said if he had a can opener. To like open it like a beaver and just gnaw on it on the side. Also another one, how about the fastest time to eat 10 Carolina Reaper hot peppers in 33 seconds? That guy died. I'm just going to tell you. I don't know who it is. That guy died.
But it was worth it.
It was worth it because he's in the record book. He'll be remembered forever. A non-living legend. More next.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.